Went to go see Predator Badlands last night. Now, listen, I've been pretty hyped about it. I thought the trailers have looked absolutely fantastic. I loved hearing the early reactions. I loved reading the reviews. Oftentimes, though, movies that I'm excited about and hear good things about early, I end up maybe not liking so much. But if you saw my out-of-theater reaction from last night, you guys know this is not one of those situations.
F yeah, dude. I didn't see it. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Oh my God. Predator Badlands is so much fun.
Bro.
It's so much fun. First of all, I mean, I love the fact, and we're going to do it in a non-spoilery way. We'll talk about some things you've already seen in the trailers. But, you know, they are very hardcore into the Utja, like, mythos. But they set up Dek as being an anomaly. Dek is not a standard traditional predator. He is not a standard Utja. He does not fit with a lot of the norms of the Utja. And so they do a lot in the movie to kind of highlight that he's a bit different. And because he's a bit different, this movie goes a little bit differently than you might think a Predator movie might go. And for anybody, I said this in the open spoiler discussion, or not open spoiler, in the out of theater reaction. Anybody who's been worried about, oh, boo-hoo, it's PG-13, that means it's not. There's so much violence.
That's alleviated in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the way.
Immediately. There's decapitations in the first 5 minutes.
Yes.
It's immediate. Like, there's a lot of violence in this movie. I love Dek. I love Dek. And you know what?
Are you going to buy the hot toy?
No, probably not.
Oh.
I can't spend my money on hot toys.
Come on, you can if you get her and him, you can pose that.
Dude, you know you're going to get the hot toy with both of them.
You know what? Obviously, seeing the two, they're very reminiscent, I've said this before, of God of War, where Kratos is walking around with the head of his buddy on his belt. Anyway, the action is great. It's legitimately fun.
So much fun.
It's quite funny in moments. It doesn't go out of its way to be overly funny, but it picks moments to be funny, and it really is. The visual effects are surprisingly good.
Oh.
And you know what? Watching it, none of the other Predator stuff has ever done this for me. None of even the stuff I like Prey, even stuff like Predator Killer of Killers. What this movie did for me was made me look at the original Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator a little bit different. I've never once thought, I wonder if I put myself in the shoes of that Predator.
Right.
That Jesse Ventura and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers were trying to fight. And this one actually made me did a little bit, right? Again, look, is this going to be the #1 best film of the year? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I had a ball with it. And all these things we've heard about Elle Fanning is fantastic in this. This is kind of like a breakout for Elle Fanning and stuff like that. They're not kidding. She's wonderful in this. She plays it perfectly. She plays it absolutely perfectly. I love the character. I love the relationships, the character developments. I love the environment they drop him in. This world he's in is utterly fantastic. I just had a lot of fun. And I said this in my out of the theater reaction. I will say it again here, but I won't give it away. And Rob, maybe you will agree with me, maybe you won't. One of the best final lines in a movie ever.
Dude.
Ever.
Dude.
When he says the final line, I lost my shit.
You know what? You know what's really great about that? They're holding on this shot.
Right. We won't give away what the shot is or anything.
I'm watching this and I'm like, huh. You know, because I'm like, what does this mean? And then the line comes. I like you was just like
he says that line. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what? There's a twist in the story that I at first totally didn't see coming. There's a little bit of a twist. Again, won't give it away, but there's a bit of a twist.
I wonder if it's me too. I was going to mention that. I didn't see this coming either.
Yeah.
If it's the same thing that we're talking about.
I'm talking about like his target. And
yes.
Yes. It got me. I'm like, oh, okay, but it made sense.
It totally made. I didn't see that coming. I was like, dude, like you, I knew how much I was going to love this movie. So, you're watching the first 10 minutes.
First of all, the first 10 minutes are awesome.
Are the most banging
Yeah.
things. And it cuts to this shot. It cuts to this. It's a landscape shot, but if you look closely, this entire landscape is alive. Like you're seeing mountains, but there's things hanging off the bottom of the mountains that are like
awe-inspiring.
Yeah,
things,
and I'm
too,
like,
yeah.
what is that? And then the title card comes on. Boom! It's just this Predator Badlands. I laughed out loud. I was just like, bravo! I mean, I was so in on this movie. And you know what's really funny? Because I did an Out of the Theater review too. And I have to say,
I saw that you did, and I skipped over it quick because I didn't want to know until we sat down today to find out.
So I gotta say, I had a beer beforehand because I like to sit down at the Harkins, have a little beer. But then I had a beer and a glass of wine and my popcorn, and I took it with me. And I devoured them all. And I haven't had so much fun in a theater, and I can't remember when. I mean, I've seen some good movies, but there was so much in this movie that delighted me. There's a book that came out called Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, which was Wayne Barlow's an artist that painted all these aliens that were from sci-fi literature that had never been portrayed on screen before. Everything like when he lands on this planet, all the stuff on this planet, everything that's going to kill you, looked like it was from Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, but painted by the great Frank Frazetta, who did that Molly Hatchet album cover.
Yep.
And I'm like, this entire movie looks like a 70s van painting. Like it was everything that there was so much creativity in every frame of this movie. I'm looking at this going, there was so much to see, and it's whipping by. I wanted to pause the thing and go, I got to look at that.
It was a beautiful film.
Dude, it's gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous
shot
film,
in New Zealand. I don't understand. I felt like I was watching an 80s movie. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It had the tone, whether I said it was like watching Fright Night or Back to the Future or Ghostbusters, where I'm just watching this movie having so much fun watching it because it was like a Dark Horse comic. And like you said, as the plot was going along, and then it started things that I wasn't expecting. Like you said, there's a twist that I didn't see. I'm like, of course, but I didn't see it at all. And then you as you moved through the story, even the relationships that were developing, like Elle Fanning's character, I was very fascinated by that. I didn't expect to be as fascinated by that as I was. And they solved a problem that I thought Alien Earth had, which was that Weyland Yutani was pretty stupid sending a bunch of human beings to go gather all these dangerous
when they
aliens.
could just send synths.
Yeah, and I'm like, of course they did. I mean, it's like Trachtenberg knew him, and he didn't actually write. He came up with the story, but didn't write the script. I thought the script was great.
Yeah.
I thought dude, I love this movie.
Now, somebody's asking in the live chat, say, are there anything in it, any negatives in it that you'd want to highlight? It's, again, look, is this a perfect movie? No, but you approach a film based on what it is, right?
Yes.
And for what this film is and what this film was aiming to do, it achieved it so well. Now, I'll say this. How about this? I could have used a little more time on the Utja homeworld. I think I could have enjoyed seeing a little bit more of Utja culture.
Utja Prime.
On Utja Prime, which is the name of their world. I could have used a little bit more of that. I also think there's a sequence that involves Elle Fanning's character having some physical trouble that I maybe for 3 or 4 seconds came across as a little cheesy. That's all I got.
I laughed.
I laughed too. I did. I laughed too. But I mean, really, for what it is, I just had a good time, man. Again, I'm not saying this is going to end up in my top 5 films of the year. I just had a good time, man. And I'm going to listen. If it wasn't for the fact that clearly Ann and I are going to our first hockey game of the year, we're going to go watch the Kings play the defending Stanley Cup champions tonight. But if I wasn't doing this, I'd be going back to the theater tonight to go watch this again. I'm really excited about going to watch this movie again.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing too that I've already I've been roasted online for having a great response to this movie. And I'm like, the things that people have said to me, I'm like,
But the vast majority of people are loving this movie.
I think
it's not like everybody's hating it and you're coming out and saying almost everybody is loving this movie.
Yeah, no, it's just a weird, like, look, this film has a sensibility in it. Is it about an invisible monster killing military officers in violent ways? No, there's a lot more going on in this film that was classical storytelling. It reminded me of Japanese samurai movies. It reminded me of anime. It reminded me of Chinese magic movies. I mean, it had all these different, and in a way, putting together a team, you know, like these disparate misfits that have to come
careful,
together.
don't go too much into the thing. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it was there was all of these classical storytelling tropes that were that were foundationally part of this movie that I've always loved. It was a combination of a bunch of things that I loved, and I thought that, like you said, you have to ask yourself, did the filmmakers succeed in the assignment that they were given or the assignment they gave themselves? And I would say that Dan Trachtenberg set out to make specifically a sci-fi action adventure in the Predator universe, and he smashed it. I mean, he did exactly what he set out to do, and he did it in this wildly entertaining way. And I sat there the entire time with a giant grin.
I did too. A big smile. You know when it started? The little thing I started. Look, I'm going to spoil literally the first thing you see on screen. So this is at the very beginning of the movie. Just this text. First of all, you kind of hear like a Dune prophet.
It's like the Sardaukar.
Yeah, the Sardaukar. And there's just these words come up on screen. It's a Yachu proverb.
Yeah, from their codex.
From their codex, the Yachu codex, and it says, Yutja or Yutja. Yutja is prey to none. Yutja is friend to none. Yutja is predator to all. Yeah. And as soon as that came on screen, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I got a big smile on my face, and I'm like, let's do this.
I mean,
let's go.
I'm watching this. At first, I'm like, I have no idea what kind of movie this is. I love that quote, and then the whole thing starts. And so for the first 10 minutes, and this, I was like, oh my God. And then it keeps going before the title card comes on, and this, you'll see. But when the title card finally came on,
Predator Badlands.
Yeah. I was like, I literally yelped, and I was like applauding.
Did you notice too when the title card comes on screen, they did the old 1960s thing where a so-and-so picture.
Yes.
Blah, 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 blah.
When's
the last time you saw that? Was like 1952.
Well, they did kind of a card like they did. There was a black and white card for Prey.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was another thing. I'm like, just that alone, it shows the level of thought that was put into this movie. It even started with Dan Trachtenberg, a little video of him saying, thanks for coming to see the film.
It was technically an early fan screening last night.
Fan screening.
Which was ridiculous. Because me and my friends were laughing at it because we were at an early fan screen last night. So they opened up with Dan Trachtenberg saying, thank you for being the first audience to come to see this. And then he explains the movie for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're literally here in the movie. You don't have to explain the movie to us. We're about to watch it. We're in the theater.
By the way, the score was great.
Music was great.
I love this movie a lot.
Yeah. It's somebody in the live chat is asking, by the way, somebody's saying, oh, well, we literally have not given away a single spoiler. Like I told you the opening frame of text.
Yeah.
If you consider that a spoiler, seek professional help.
But also you said you were going to do that before you did it. So it's like,
oh yeah.
It's like,
I mean, so literally the stuff we're talking about, we've given nothing away in the movie. And the only things we've talked about in specifics are things that have been in trailers. But somebody's asking, do you have to see Prey to see this? Absolutely not.
No.
I'll go one step further. You don't have to have seen any Predator movie because my wife Ann has never seen a Predator movie.
Yeah.
Oh, she saw Prey.
But you don't have to see Predator.
She had a ball. You do not have to have seen Prey.
That's
if
how
you
I
didn't
feel.
see Prey, don't let that, because you're fine.
Yeah. That's how I felt about the Romulus. You really didn't have to have seen any other aliens. Like the first Alien would have been fine, but like you didn't have to.
But I did like the fact that I think that if you were a kid, like if let's say you're 8 years old and you went and saw this and it's your first, it might be your first experience seeing a fantasy movie in the theater. This is going to make you a lifelong fan. People, I wish I kept sitting there going, I was thinking about when it was over. I'm like, if I was a little kid and somebody took me to this movie, this would have been the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I mean,
now, and by the way, best of my knowledge, no post-credit scene. Just so if you go, don't need to stick around for the post-credits. No post-credit scene. But don't leave even 30 seconds early, because it, to me, is the best final line in a movie I've heard in years.
So
that just killed me.
And also, it kind of came out of left field. It was just so perfect.
Anyway, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance? They had some of these advanced fan screenings across the country last night. Did you have a chance to go see the movie already? Are you planning on going to see it? I think I can speak for Rob as well here when I say I highly recommend it. Again, I don't see it winning any Oscars or anything like that. It's just a really fun movie. Go check it out. Whatever you guys thought about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.